Hey folks, welcome to another Destiny video. You might hear my daughter in the background. She's been hanging out with me today. But this is Iron Banner, and just one of those things where you get to see that even though somebody's a green bar, they still can be lagging, and I'm not sure how people are learning how to hide this or not. But it seems pretty evident to me that the last person that we're going to deal with has been purposefully doing so. You see him at the top of the screen. His name is Lord of Scalawags. And we'll show kind of an obvious thing. And why is this important? Well, because even if people aren't able to kill other people particularly well when they are lagging behind, they can actually, you see now they're all turned to red bars there. They can actually start once you get into the instance. Once you're dropped into the instance by the server, you'll show the red bars show up. So in any case, you'll see that on these things I'm going to show you. Unfortunately, I'm not very skilled at videos, obviously, but I'll see if I can't do some slowdowns in YouTube or wherever for a period of time. So what happens is that when people are even if they aren't able to kill very easily with when they're lagging, when they have a red bar network connection, it's almost impossible to kill them normally. So none of these players are so much more powerful than me. I think I'm playing at around 308. I have a couple of 310 weapons. So I mean, the damage that I'm doing should never. Yeah. So that guy, for instance, dies kind of weirdly. You'll see them kind of flying all over the screen, meaning that you just can't keep track of them. You can't actually even track someone when they're running, which should never actually happen. I think that's him again right there. So it's interesting that he's one of the people who is kind of out there, not looking for cover, right? So here I got killed by a shoulder charge, and that shoulder charge came from a wall. You see that I was standing right next to a wall? Now you can see that the guy was in front of me. You could see that he ran past me, but somehow he was able to shoulder charge me through a wall. Just doesn't happen. I would have had a chance to address him, or one of my teammates would have been able to address him, but he just literally teleported into a shoulder charge for me. Here's another one where I'm being killed, I guess by this guy, but there were no muzzle flashes, so it was 2 shots from a Jade Rabbit. Now I want you to be aware of this. Jade Rabbits do not 2-shot you. They cannot 2-shot you. And this guy was doing that. I think later on he might show up with a different weapon, but a Jade Rabbit is not a high impact scout rifle at all. And here, look at this. Watch him fly away. Do you see that? Like he essentially just flew away up the stairs. And it was lucky that I had actually gotten him 5 shots on him, right? Again, this is one of those things where, that was a 1-shot, 1 kill. I was in a range where, see, I just killed somebody right there running past me, 1 shot. This guy somehow survives. That guy survived only with, what, half? Half is also just, all I did was take down his shields from that close range. So, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you're dealing with laggers. When people are lagging, it basically affects the entire fire team. So you'll notice that there are 2 fire teams of 3 on the opposing, or I guess there's a fire team of 3 and a fire team of 2. We'll watch who trips my trip mine. But I'm actually going to put 2 trip mines on this wall, one around that area, right? So look. Again, this guy was not able to, so basically you're looking at 5 to 6 shots to kill someone with a, so he just put off the trip mine, and he's going to end up coming back here with full health. You see that? Again, It's 5 to 6 shots. Whether I hit headshots or not, if it's a mix of head and body shots, you're looking at between 5 to 6 shots with a Mida multi-tool. And these guys are surviving 8, 9 shots and running away. Even if you're at a higher level, which I don't think many of them were, it doesn't take that many more shots. So him, for instance, I'm not gonna really get into that. So he was able to somehow shoot me twice in the space of what, a half a second with a sniper rifle. That doesn't happen. So it very may well be that he was able to snipe me, meaning that I don't really here. I'm not doing any damage to him. Again, you'll see that I had 3 shots on him, and I only had a minor effect on his overshield. Tiny effect. And he hadn't killed anyone at that point, so there was no blue overshield, which is what's an indicator of whether he's got an additional shield. The Hammer of Soul Titans don't have that blue overshield anymore, so that's just his normal shielding, which is slightly tougher, but not so much more tough that it would take 20 of my shots to kill him. That was actually an adjustment made prior to this Iron Banner, so. You'll see that was 1 shot that I took on him. 1 shot that I took on him, and it brought his shield down half. Again, those were 4 to 5 shots, even though I brought his shield down, that need to be to kill him. And that's not Mida multi-tool does not take that many shots. It's roughly as powerful as a last word, but with longer range. So there's not a damage or accuracy drop off, not as an extreme drop off with Mida as there is with the no. So I'm going to show you something here. I got him down to about quarter health, right? Now what you need to do is just keep shooting, because this is one of the laggers. I can't remember his name. Chad. So when you're dealing with laggers, and you know you're dealing with laggers, what you need to do is there we go. What you need to do is, if they're sniping, if they're doing that hard scope sniping where they're coming out to come snipe you from a corner or wherever, or head glitching, then what you want to do is just show this was a horrible mistake on my part. What you want to do is just keep shooting the area where they're going to be popping out at. Because if you wait to see them, it's already too late. They've already had a chance to shoot at you. Do you understand? Because they're lag switching, because they're lagging behind you, they're able to see where you are when you can't see any representation of them. Why wasn't I able to get the final shot on that? So he stayed at a sliver of health even though I was shooting him 3 times. Do you see how quickly that goes down? There's no way in the world that if my previous 3 shots had hit him, that one would not have hit him. That the next 3 shots would not have hit him. Because he was still there, I was still aiming at the same location. That's the problem with people who lag. So what happens is that, I was averaging, that guy shot me from behind a wall. So he was using the last word, as you can see. If you want to play back the video, he only hit me 3 times from the last word. From that distance. That's 3 hits. Not all of them were headshots, but if they were all headshots, then I really am amazed, because I was now here. Look, down to a sliver of health. Now I've watched him get shot 3 times now. Like, there were 3 shots at him, and he had a sliver of health, and he survived 2 people shooting at him, which is impossible. And he and I had an exchange, through PSN. And I was like, look, man, if you're going to be cheating, be smarter than that. It's literally impossible for you to survive that engagement. You survived a 3-on-1, having been hit with a grenade. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's your video for today, and I hope you have a better Iron Banner than I did.